How's it going, everyone? I'm James Wood and this is my new football show, Football in the News. What this show is essentially I'll look through the news of the past week in relation to football and I'll discuss my point of view, my opinions and anything else to do with it. And then at the end of the episode, you guys can comment down below and tell me what your opinions are and we can have a little discussion. What I want to bring up is the Balon d'Or, which is obviously the hottest topic in the last week of football, which Lionel Messi won for a 5th time. Now, it's hardly surprising to many that Lionel Messi has won this award again. He, in my opinion, has been the best footballer of this year, and although amidst arguments that he may have been out injured for periods of it and his football hasn't been exactly the same as it might have been in previous years that he's won the award, I personally feel he still was the best footballer out of the nominees for this award. Let's take a look at the other two nominees. So, you've got Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar. First of all, Neymar, Barcelona teammate of Lionel Messi. Brazilian absolute wizard. If you watch him this season, in Messi's absence as well, he has been absolutely outstanding. He's scored numerous goals. Him, Suarez and Messi, once Messi was back, have been an absolute nightmare to deal with for any La Liga defence. I personally feel he definitely deserves to be in the last three for this award. However, when it comes down to it, if you look at his performances consistently of every time he's played, comparative to that of Messi, Messi beats him hands down. And I know it comes down to a lot of Messi having that big name. He's won it 4 times before, but definitely feeling that Messi was the stronger candidate between those two. Let's have a talk about Ronaldo, shall we? Ronaldo is 6 foot tall, the perfect athlete. He is designed and bred for football. He has worked his socks off to get to where he is now. The thing he's lacking compared to Messi is the natural ability. Messi is not 6 foot tall. He's 5'7". He doesn't have the strength of Ronaldo. He doesn't have the power of Ronaldo. But what he can do with the ball is not comparative to any other player in football at the moment. Most easy comparison to Messi is Diego Maradona, obviously Argentinian. Watching him play, I don't even have a superlative to describe how amazing it was. They do something with the football that you just cannot imagine Ronaldo ever doing. You don't see Ronaldo dribbling through 6 players without the ball seeming to leave his foot, like it's glued to his foot. That's what Messi, that's what Maradona did. That is what football is to me, in my opinion. Goals that are dribbling through lots of players and then slotting in the corner. Beats a goal like Ronaldo's against Porto for Man United in 2008, I think it was, when he just smashes it from 40 yards, it goes top corner. It's the most powerful shot I've seen. It's incredible, but it has nothing on Messi's goal against Athletic Bilbao or Messi's goal against copious other teams. You just watch it and you are just astounded. You have no words to describe how incredible that goal was, and I think that is why Messi won. So in my opinion, overall, Messi definitely was the worthy winner and I was very happy to see him win it for a 5th time. So the next topic is the FIFA Pro Team of the Year. The best 11 players have been in the world of football. Obviously, the 3 Balon d'Or nominees, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi and Neymar, were all the front 3. They're 3 attackers. They were going to be the front 3. Everyone knew that. There was a shout for Luis Suarez. Definitely watching him play was incredible. But the only person he could have beaten out, in my opinion, was Neymar, and Neymar was that much better than Luis Suarez this season. But the controversial part is the midfield and the defence. Do these players deserve to be in there due to their performances this year, due to what they've won, or is it more of a popularity contest based on their name as a player? Someone like Dani Alves, who this season I personally believe should definitely have been in the Team of the Year, as he was. 2 years ago when he was in the FIFA Pro Team of the Year, he didn't win a single trophy. He didn't perform well at all, in my opinion. I feel like Montoya was coming through that year and that Montoya outplayed him. Dani Alves was getting caught up the pitch. He was playing just too high for what his ability was. He got a little bit too old. This year, he's really reined it back in, understanding now what his capabilities are. In goal, Manuel Neuer. So, I don't see how there can be any argument over whether Neuer deserves to be in this team or not. He has been head and shoulders above anyone else, the best goalkeeper in the world for the past 5 years. I do not care what anyone says. De Gea, incredible keeper. Thibaut Courtois, incredible keeper. Petr Cech, back in the day, incredible keeper. None of them should deserve to beat Neuer. Neuer has been incredible. Not only did he win the World Cup with Germany, for Bayern, they have conceded 100 goals in 4 seasons in the Bundesliga. That is unreal. There are teams that concede 100 goals in 1.5 seasons in the Premier League. it's astounding. And I know the argument is he has an insanely good back four ahead of him, which he does. Like, you cannot deny that Lahm, Boateng, Javi Martinez, Bernat, all of those players, and obviously having missed off, you cannot argue that those players are not incredible. But you watch him in the World Cup final where Argentina, 89th minute, get through. He's had nothing to do all game, and he just sticks out the perfect hand to save the shot. You watch him and you just think he does things that other goalkeepers would not do in terms of saving it, which I personally think is why players stand out. If they do something that no one else can do, that is when they become that next calibre of player. I really don't think Marcelo should be the left back or in the defence at all, to be honest. Real Madrid have 5 players in the Pro Team of the Year. So do Barcelona, they have 5. Barcelona won 4 trophies last season. Real Madrid, 0. If they're basing it on their individual performances and their club's performances as a whole, in terms of what they've won, what they've achieved on a personal and a club level, then Marcelo should not be in there. He has not performed for Brazil, in my opinion. He gets way too high up the pitch, gets lost in the centre. For Real Madrid, he does exactly the same thing. He has such a license to drift because in the BBVA, obviously, in the Spanish league, their teams they're playing are not as high a calibre, and they can kind of have a bit more of a free roam and move around a lot more, which is fine. But when it comes to the big games, you watch him and he's out of place. He doesn't sit where he's meant to. He doesn't perform at the level that he might do if he actually had the sense to sit where he should in that left back position. Jerome Boateng not being in there is an absolute travesty. I think he is the heart and soul of Bayern Munich's defence. Without him, they would not be what they are. PK should be in there. He has been the best centre-back in the world in the past year. You look at him for Barcelona, week in, week out, he performs. He had a real bad spell a year and a half back when Spain started performing extremely poorly. Nationally, you can't really blame him. It's not his fault. The team just didn't mix well. But you look at him for Barcelona, PK, best centre-back in the world, in my opinion, and he should have been in there. So next, Thiago Silva. Personally, he's kind of a shoo-in. Every year he gets in there. I mean, if you look at it last year, it was him and David Luiz, which was ludicrous. But Thiago Silva is kind of a shoo-in. He is a very, very good centre-back, but I don't feel like he shows that by playing for PSG. PSG are a quality side, but I don't feel like he can ever prove himself the way he did at like AC Milan. I can't help but think that they just don't get in there because of their performances this year. They get in it because of their kind of, not their legacy, because they're not quite at that stage yet, but just because of their name, because they are going to be in it and people vote for them. It's kind of more of a popularity contest. I mean, there's so many contenders to be in those roles. You're Boateng. You could even argue that Benatia, based on his performances for Bayern Munich, become a bit of a farce. I think that certain players get in because of their name. Sergio Ramos, another one. 50-50. He could have been in there, could have been not. He is quality every single season. He plays extremely well, but he didn't win anything. There was no personal kind of accolades for him this year. Not with Spain, not with Real Madrid. It just didn't seem like he had done enough, in my opinion, to warrant that. But again, there is very little in the way of other players who would have come into those positions. The midfield, Andres Iniesta, Paul Pogba and Luka Modric. I feel 2 out of those 3 are bang on. Iniesta and Pogba, incredible players. Iniesta winning 4 trophies with Barcelona. Pogba just being Juventus' best player by far last season and this season still, even in the midst of all of the players leaving, Tevez, etc. They're bang on. I have no qualms with that. That is 100% okay. The one I'm questioning is Luka Modric. In my opinion, he has not done enough to deserve that place. I personally think Ivan Rakitic should have been in there. He's been the second best centre midfielder behind Iniesta, in my opinion, in the BBVA. He works well with Iniesta. He goes forward when he needs to go forward. He goes back when he needs to go back. He can score from anywhere. You see him banging long shots from left, right, centre. He is a quality outfit. So finally, the front 3. Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar. Sorted. Pretty much, I completely agree 100% with all of those decisions. They have been the best 3 forwards in the world in the past season. There's an argument for Luis Suarez, and I think that any other year he would have gone in there. But with Neymar's form, Messi's form and Ronaldo's form, you cannot dispute that front 3, and I don't even want to go into talking about them because I've already covered that in the earlier segment where I discussed the Balon d'Or. And to end off the video, I just wanted to talk about a bit of a review of the United's game last night against Newcastle. Obviously, if you watched it, it was 3-3 away at St James's Park, or the Sports Direct Arena. It was an incredible game. I watched every single minute of it, and there was some great goals. Paul Dummett being the key one at the death of the game, hitting the ball from the edge of the box, hit Chris Smalling on the arm, but was going on target anyway, so he claims the goal. Very, very good. And I just wanted to have a quick discussion about what has happened to Man United over the past 10 weeks. They have, well, 10 weeks, this season to be honest, a quick fact for you, they have not scored a first half goal at home, so at Old Trafford, since September the 30th. Let that sink in a bit. We're now in January. That is absolutely ludicrous. I cannot believe that. You think that Manchester United, you always see them as a top 4 team. They should be a top 4 team with the squad they've got, the amount of money they've invested. They should be up there. They should be battling for that first position. And their players are not performing. Rooney, key underperformer this season. Last night, played extremely well, in my opinion. Scored the penalty, got the assist for Lingard's goal, and scored their 3rd goal as well. Very, very good. I actually think that he was probably their best player on the night. They didn't start Juan Mata, and obviously as a Chelsea fan, I was sad to see him leave Chelsea back in the day. And he, in my opinion, has been their best player this season without a question. And Louis van Gaal seems to think that as soon as he plays, that no one orientates themselves around him. Mata is an absolutely brilliant player. He's the catalyst for anything in terms of United going forwards. But he doesn't appreciate that. I feel like Van Gaal is definitely the one that is having the issues here. The thing is, United weren't scoring and they weren't conceding. They have the 2nd best defensive record in the Premier League this season. But they are still sick. The reason for this is because they do not attack. When they start attacking, if you watched last night, to start with, the first 10 minutes, Martial and Lingard were playing essentially just in front of their left and right back. So Ashley Young and Darmian. They were playing just in front of them. And you think, considering Martial has been playing basically left forward and Lingard essentially the same thing on the other side, maybe on the right, whatever. Martial was playing right wing and Lingard was playing left wing. And it was just appalling to watch. They do not give any space. That's fine, defensively, very, very good. But as soon as he goes to going out, Rooney's isolated. He's on his own at the top, which has definitely been a contributive factor to why he hasn't been performing how he should have been, because he's not used to being so isolated up there. He ends up tracking back too far, and then all you have is all your players, so all Manchester United players, will be in their own half. It's a ridiculous thing to expect to do. And okay, maybe you squeak a 1-0 win, you get a 1-0 win by a dodgy penalty in the 90th minute in the blooming FA Cup. That's ridiculous. That's not Manchester United. Manchester United are the team that scored copious amounts of goals every game. You wanted to watch the Man United game. You didn't want to miss it. Now it's kind of a joke. It's like, oh, I'm going to watch United play. That's going to be really fun. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand how it's gone from one extreme to the other, but it's definitely part of Van Gaal's style to focus on defence first, which I do not have a problem with. Obviously, Jose Mourinho, that is his philosophy, and I feel like it just hasn't worked for them. 3-3, fully deserved by Newcastle. They definitely deserved at least a point. Man United could have squeaked it, Newcastle could have taken it. I think 3-3 was a fair result, great game to watch, and I'm looking forward to watching Manchester United's next game. Okay, so that's all for this week, guys. I want to thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, click the subscribe button, thumbs it up if you enjoyed. If you didn't, press the dislike button and let me know in the comments why, so I can improve these videos. Thanks a lot, see you later, guys.